on perfect.
What's the word? What's the word? Getting
What
ready,
up?
getting
What up,
ready.
man? What up?
All right, let me see. Make sure everything good. You go out. You good right there like that?
Yes, sir.
Yo. What's the word? What's the word? What's the word? It's your boy K Carter. We back at you again. We ready to tune in.
Let's get it. Let's get it,
How
boy.
y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? We got my boy in today. Go on, give him a little background on yourself.
Hey, listen, man. It's your boy CP3 Production. I'm in here, man, with Big Bro, man. You know how we coming, man. We ready to get y'all some good topics today, man. Updates on me, my life, and my story, man. So, you know, and like, subscribe to my boy page, man. You know what I mean? Very love, man. Much love to everybody, man.
Yes, sir. And goddamn, we gonna first start this crank this joint off, man. But you know what I mean, I always wanna ask people how's their mental health going at in their state of mind at this point. What's going on in your mind? How things going through your mind?
Well, I'm at a point now, like my mental health is very good. I'm getting to a happy place and a peaceful place with myself, you know what I mean, and my family. I'm just still trying to get over humps in my life, man. Trying to really maintain and really stay focused on the vision, man. You know what I mean? Really try to help other people around me grow and become better people, man. Really, that's really where my mind at right now.
Right. And goddamn, just break it down. Tell us a little bit about yourself, man. Like where you come from, you know what I mean, things like that, where you was born and stuff like that. Just break it down a little bit, let the audience know who you are and where you come from.
Well, I'm from Richmond, Virginia, 804. I come from the east side, you know, Fordham Hill, Churchill, area. Grew up there. You know, I mean, been there literally over like 20 years, and you know, decided move. You know what I mean? But I've been living in Richmond my whole life, man. So I'm an 804 baby for sure. Just goddamn, you know, this been my hometown. This been my life since I was born. So this is all I know for real, for real.
Okay. You could back up a little bit too, bro. Yeah, you could back up a little because you right on dead on the camera. All right. We just want to make sure we got everything they GD. All right. And like I said, goddamn, this big bro, man. So we gonna goddamn just break down what you got going on, how you been feeling this shit like that, man. So and I see you got them. What are they? Do y'all call them tags around your neck? What do you call them?
These the dog tags. You get them when you first enlist. You know what I mean? So I got these in basic training. You know, when I first joined the military in 2020. This was around COVID season. Okay. So this when I first got it. When you first join, you go to reception. You know, they give you a dog tag. You know, you gotta, you know, all type of stuff. You basically in processing. Basically, that's all. That's how I first got them. Yep.
All right, well, we're gonna start a little bit from the beginning, man. So I mean, how many brothers and sisters do you have? Like, you know what I mean? What is your relationship with your mom, your dad? Like, how many siblings do you have?
So I have 4 brothers. I'm the middle child. My mom and dad, you know, they was married, but they separated now, you know, so that been like, you know, not hard for real. I'm grown now, you know what I mean? But as a child growing up, you know what I mean, that was a little tough on the child, you know what I mean? So all this really happened back then when I was like 7, you know what I mean? So kind of crazy, man, kind of crazy, you know, growing up. Well, I grew up in a incoming home. So basically, like, you know, I grew up around my mama, father together with my brothers, you know what I mean? You know, sometimes things take a hold, you know, over time, you know what I mean? But just growing up, you know what I mean, I can say, you know, it was tough, you know what I mean? You know, dealing with, you know, having a mom, you know what I mean? Things was good, and then things that took a left turn, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Being in the streets, you know, she was wrecking running the streets, really won't, you know, there as a mama. And, you know what I mean, having her addict drugs problems, and you know what I mean, my dad, he was at work most of the time. You really won't, you know what I mean, not saying won't there for me, supporting me, you know, financially, but as far as needing him there mentally, he was not there. So, you know what I mean, I was really outside, you know what I mean, but you know, I really try to stay out of the way of the bad shit that came my way, you know what I mean. You know, my brothers was in the streets. They really ran the streets a lot too. Me, I just was more studying on just, you know, trying to do sports and shit, you know what I mean? As a child, I was trying to learn it, you know what I mean? I was just, you know, trying to understand what was going on, but I couldn't understand, you know what I mean? Because I dealt with a lot of shit, you know, growing up. You know, having a mom that's, you know, an addict, it's a different lane with that. You get what I'm saying? So, you know, I tell anybody, it take a strong person to, you know, deal with somebody like that. You know what I mean?
And when you say addict, like, can you touch a little bit more on that? Like, what do you mean? So was dad dealing with the same thing? Like, was he on drugs, or was it just mom? Or
nah, my dad, he was never on drugs. He was a perfectly cool father, man. I mean, he drunk his little beer, whatever, here and there, whatever the case is. But you know what I mean, dealing with that, and that's his wife. So it's a hard situation coming up as a child, and you like, damn, like, you don't really know, because I didn't know at first. I didn't know. I was green to the situation. You know what I mean? My older brothers, they knew what was going on, and it was a lot of back and forth with them, toxicity, like stuff that I didn't see. So it was like, damn, you know what I mean? all this is happening around the time that I'm 7 years old, 6, 7 years old. So I don't really know what's going on around the house. Nobody's there. I'm by myself most of the time. So I'm just trying to figure out like.
And who's the oldest? Like you said, how many siblings you got?
I had 2 older brothers, 2 baby brothers under me, and I'm the middle child.
Okay.
So now listen. So this way where it all goes at. So where it started was me and my 2 older brothers. My dad, he took my 2 older brothers on his wing, and really brought them in because they daddies won't there. They won't shit. You know what I mean? I'm just keep it straight to the point. They won't be in there as fathers. So when he got with my mom, they got married. He took them under the wing, took care of them. Like, you know what I mean? He took on a big responsibility that a lot of men can't do. You know what I mean? Then finally, him and my mom got married. They made me, and we was a happy family. It was a big happy family, and things just was good at first. Everything was green and good at the point of the time. You know what I mean? Until things go to turn, and my mom just started going around the wrong people, and it led her in the wrong way. So when she went that way, it's like my daddy started falling back. You know what I mean? He's like, damn, I can't really deal with nobody that's doing drugs, so he wasn't strong enough for it. You know what I mean?
And did you understand that at that moment, or did you look at it like more so if he was being funny towards your mom, or did you look at it like, did you see? Could you clearly see what was going on? Or
I couldn't see. I'm gonna be honest. My daddy won't telling me this. I started learning this as the older I got. When I got like 11, 12. That's when I started seeing it. Now I'm seeing it visually. When I done been in Creighton Court. The project, every project you think of, Mosby, Jackson Ward, Creighton Court, all that. I've been through all that. We was moving home to home. You know what I mean? My dad tried to help her get on her feet, but the drug. When somebody a drug addict, bro, they can't stop doing what they're doing. They steal from you. They do a whole lot of fuck shit. Right. So it's like in that point of the time, you know what I'm saying? When we moved we moved over there to Creighton Court. We moved over there. I seen a lot, bro. I can tell you many things. I didn't see, all the drugs, the guns, the money. I didn't see my mama, like my house was doped out before, bro. And I was on 11. So seeing this shit, bro, and really visualizing what's going on, I started to get it a little bit, and it started to make me an angry person. Okay. So from there, it took a toll on me. I'm young. I'm only like 10, 11. I'm seeing my mama get high with other people I don't even know in our house. My brother's fighting people, selling drugs, doing what they doing. So I'm looking at this like, damn, this I don't understand what's really happening. Right. I still didn't get it. So I just was angry, started getting in trouble in school. Okay. This started from elementary, you know what I mean? I had to get counseling. That won't work. And I had so much built up anger because I was trying to find out the truth. Right. You know what I mean? So that's why I feel as far as from that, where that go. And I just kept it kept going on in my life, bro. Like I was trying to ask my mama, like, why are you doing this? And like, why it can't be this way? Why are you not with my dad? So all these questions I was getting lied to. Okay. So it been a constantly lie. So
and would you say your mom was lying to you, or your dad was lying, or was mom just going through what she was going through?
I feel like she was going through what she was going through, but she was also lying to me. Even though I know when you're a drug addict, you can't control how your actions is. You're not thinking clearly what you're doing and what you're saying to your child. You're not explaining shit to them. At the end of the day, she don't owe me no explaining. You know what I mean? She made me. But the thing is, as a child trying to figure out why is this going like this and why is this happening around me? Why is I'm seeing all these drugs and guns and all this type of different stuff, violence? I started stealing, you know what I mean? I ain't gonna hold you. I started struggling so bad, I'm going to store stealing, bro. I ain't have food on the table most of the time.
So stealing for like clothes?
I was stealing to feed myself. You know what I'm saying? My mama, you know what I mean? Like I used to get a check. You know what I mean? I used to get an SSI check.
And what you say, not to cut you off, but what you really explained a little bit, it seemed like, you know what I mean, mom was an addict. Yeah. You know what I mean? Was she still trying to do the best she can, or she just was just
she was trying, but at the same time, she was like hitting that down earth where she like, you know what I mean, I'm giving up. It been times, bro, we'll be in the house, she'll be gone for like 2 months, a month. You know what I mean? Like, and so I'm wondering, like,
closer to your dad and your family. I mean,
me and my dad ain't gonna lie. Well, at that time period, me and my father, we didn't.
And what age range was this? Not the what age
so this was 11 and it was 10 and 11.
Okay, so we both.
So I'm starting to learn and understand now what's going on. Like I said, from 7, I didn't understand it. It was already happening. Correct. From violence, and they was going through their trials and tribulations of their relationship, and they don't know if they're ready to get divorced or not. Correct. Fighting, all type of shit. So then like I said, when we moved, we was moving out of in and out of jets and shit, different projects, you know what I mean? My mom was getting put out, won't pay her bills and stuff, you know what I mean? She was just tripping. And when we moved to Creighton, you know what I mean, I thought she was gonna get her life together, you know what I mean? She went to rehab, tried to get help, but it's like she relapsed again. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean, got around the wrong people once again, and that's when shit went wrong.
Right.
Again, and it got worse at this time. So I seen more things on how addict move and how they remove her their self. Like how do they do? You know what I mean? And it was hard.
I mean, how hard was your dad taking it at these type of times? Like how hard was it taking a toll on him to try to keep the household together? You know what I mean? Pay all the bills, take care of the kids, and try to keep her mind sane at the same time.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna keep it real. My dad, I feel like he gave up. You know what I mean? He gave up. Okay. He just, he found him another girlfriend, and you know what I mean. He wanted around me for a minute. I ain't gonna lie, and I started resent my daddy for it. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie, I started to because I'm like, damn, bro. I I wanted to be around my dad. I wanted a mama boy. I was more of a daddy boy, so I wanted to really, I wanted to look up. I looked up to him, even though I was dealing with shit with my mama. I'm living with my mama, and I gotta suffer and deal with all this shit. But I still was trying to give him a chance to be in my life. Like I was still trying to give him that push, and like I still love you, nigga, and I need you. You know what I mean?
So did Pops move out the house with another woman, or he moved y'all out with him? Or
no,
like, how
he
did
moved.
That transpire?
He went. So him and my Pops and my grandmother, rest in peace, her soul.
Rest in peace, grandma.
They moved in a whole nother house. They moved over there in Fairfield in a whole nother house. So they had their house, you know what I mean? Because my dad knew, like I said, they was at that pinpoint now. They separated. Okay. So this shit over. You know what I mean? He got him his little girlfriend, moved on. My mom doing her own thing. So it was like it was already what it was. You know what I mean? And then he like, she getting high. I can't save her. He tried, but you know what I mean? It didn't work. And I don't knock him as a man for that because he put all his effort he can do.
You seen him do this. Do you think he tried hard enough? Or
I don't think he tried hard enough. Okay. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Okay. Me as a man personally,
and that's your feelings.
You feel what I'm saying? Me as a man personally, I feel like if this is my wife, she took a fall. Let me try to at least try to help her pick herself up. Correct. Get her some help. Correct. You know what I mean? Something. I'm gonna try something before I just say fuck it, just because she's in this predicament. She's not in her right state of mind. What I would do personally, I would have. All right, let me try to get her some help and figure out why did you go this way? What made you want to be this? Right. Like who persuaded you to want to do this? So that's what I would have did, me personally. But I feel I don't knock him. I don't even think he's a weak man at the end of the day. He's not a weak man. Right. It just every man can't handle certain challenges in their life. So me personally, he did what he had to do, what was best for him. You know what I mean? Even though he kind of said fuck me on a little bit, but it be like that sometimes. You
would have did what's best for the kids. You feel like
I feel like he should have
best for yourself.
Exactly. You know what I mean? And not only speaking, I'm my daddy only child. So. But my mama, she got my brothers, she had, different baby daddies, whatever the case is. But I'm my daddy only child. So if that's me in the situation and I have one child, I'm gonna try to save my child, to help my child mother out. Either way, if I know she's not in the right state of mind,
biological,
you know what I mean?
What you saying?
Huh?
At least take the biological
child. Yeah, if you can't take nobody else, take your child, bro. You know what I mean? So I felt like he failed me on that, and I'm gonna be real. And to this day, I don't hurt him for that. I still love him. At the end of the day, as my pops, he made me. I wouldn't be here and become this man I am today going for him. So it'd be like that though.
Okay. Yeah. And what about your younger siblings? Like, so how are they taking this at that time that you can see from what you can remember at the age of 12, 10 years old? What do you see is going on with them?
So I ain't gonna lie. I think, what I mean, with my two older brothers, they love my daddy still to this day. You know what I mean? My two younger brothers, they came about like around the time, like one, so it's weird because like one of my little brothers was born like 2-3 years after me, and my dad, and I feel like that put the toll on the house because my mama kind of stepped out of the relationship. When you step out and have a baby with somebody else and you're married, that's like with somebody else. Yeah, before my daddy got physically
doing what he doing.
Cheated and did what he did. You know what I'm saying? I don't even consider that cheating. He moved on with life. Correct. But when she made that move, it was like a spit in his face. Like, damn, you had another baby in our house. This is where we raise our kids and our family.
And did you notice at the time though that she was
I didn't. But I was noticing weird shit was going on, but I didn't know. Like I said, when you 7, when you 7, you don't understand all the way. You still a child. You a baby still in the mind, so you don't understand.
You're still trying to figure
out what the fuck going on around me. So I don't know what really happened. You know what I mean? And to this day, I know my mama lied about something. And I've been trying to get the truth on that, but I don't think I'll never get the truth. But I know the truth. Right. I feel like me personally, when she stepped out, she didn't be honest with my dad and tell him who was the real father of this child. You know what I'm saying? Even though he knew he wanted the father of the child, but just doing that, why did you do that? What made you do that to cancel out your family? You know what I mean? So it's a dirty game, man. But it's the way it goes sometimes. But as far as me and my brothers, I don't know. I think they like now, like as the older we got, bro. I think now they feel some type of way now. You know what I mean? Like towards me,
okay,
because of they didn't have no good father in their life. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I feel like they look at me
you
like
was in the same boat as them though, right?
correct, but in their eyes, they feel like it won't like that. You know what I'm saying? So now,
do you think that he was treating you a little bit more different from how he was treating them, or like?
no, it won't the case. Like now, I can understand if he was treating my two older brothers wrong.
Correct.
Right? They was there before me, and he came in. He already knew the situation with my mom.
Correct.
So understand that, but it ain't even them that feel some type of way. It's my two younger brothers.
Right.
But they feel some type of way because they daddy just ain't shit. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So I look at it now. I'm looking at it like, damn, you know, these are my blood brothers. Like now, I don't even fuck with my brothers. You know what I mean? No harm, disrespecting nobody, but I don't because I feel like now it's just been a jealous thing. Now this shit bigger than back in the day, like when we was young and all that. Now it's like we're not around each other. We grown, we got kids. You know, everybody moving on with their life.
All right.
So
yeah, we gonna get into that a little bit more. You know, we're gonna touch a little bit based on when you say you was from the age of 7 to 12. You know what I mean? Yep. So from there, you know what I mean. Pops moved out the crib.
Yeah,
you know
what I
mean. So how is that transition from you saying? So you were saying dad every day?
At first, I was saying them from 1 through 7. I was every day. Okay. We was in the house together. You know what I mean? But after
you say he moved with grandma.
He moved with my grandma, and they you know,
how close was you and grandma?
Yeah, that was my baby. That was my heart.
Okay,
rest her soul.
What about your other brothers and your siblings? Was they close with grandma too, or was it just...
my two older brothers were? My two young brothers was, like I said, they weren't close because you know it was, like I said, the situation is kind of sticky, bro. Because they won't. They were, one of them was born, the other one wasn't born yet until we moved. You feel me?
Correct.
And my dad and them was already separated after that. Right. My other baby brother came after my dad and them was already separated. You know what I mean? But when that happened, you know what I mean? It like I said, it fucked it. It fucked the whole thing right quick.
Huh? Let me get a mic check. Mic check. All right, just making sure. Go ahead, brother.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you were just breaking down your situation.
Yeah. So with the siblings, like I said. So, go ahead.
Yeah, so we get all right. So we can move on a little bit up to when you hit, I say, like high school, middle school, high school type thing. So what was going on there when you reached about, I say about 17,
13.
I say about 13 to 17 years
13
old. What was 17, going on in your life then?
Like I said, when I hit middle school,
after y'all moved to Creighton, I guess.
After we moved to Creighton, and then we left again. Like I said, bro, we was really in and out of houses, bro. We never had a stable place home. Until when 1 through 7, when we had a stable house with my dad. After that happened and crashed, you know what I mean, lost the house. So personally, it was already over. You know what I mean? It was over from there. But from 13 through 17, personally, I got to middle school. You know what I mean, first grade, I think it was 6th grade middle school.
Correct.
It was crazy. It was my first day, got down, and first day of my middle school, I ended up finding out my grandma passed away. And
the first day
of middle school, I cannot make this shit up.
And this someone you real close with.
Yeah, this is like my heart. So when I found that out, it's weird. My mom and dad was like kind of weird, like that day, because it was the first day. You know what I mean? I was excited. I was ready. Goddamn. So I ended up getting called. My dad called my mom, but she never told me
what was going on.
But I, you know me, I'm trying to figure. I'm like, hold on, bro, what's going on? Like, what happened? My mom started acting sad and being weird.
Right.
So she ended up telling me. She was like, "Do you sure you want to know?" I'm like, "Yeah, I want to know. Like, what was going on?" She ended up telling me my grandma passed away. That shit broke me. But I still went to school. First day of school, I still did what I had to do, but that shit was breaking me the whole day because I'm like, damn, this. She was like my heart. You know what I'm saying? She was a better mom than my mom. So it was like, damn.
Something that you never felt before.
I never felt that before. And I felt that shit, bro. Like, I felt the pain and hurt behind it. So when I found that out, bro, that shit, it really took a toll on me a little bit, bro. Because it was like, that's all I had. That's the only person I had to talk to and really visualize and be there for me mentally, bro.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Okay. So as you moving through, you know what I mean, you moving through the world, just gravitating. So what made you want to like become in the army and stuff like that? Did you want something different for yourself, or like what made you go that route? Because has anybody in your family been in the army?
Well, my daddy said my grandpa was in for 15 years. My cousin's still serving. He in the Navy. He did about 10, almost ready to do 20.
So when did you have this thought in your mind for you to really take that scratch? You know, some people think about it, but they don't actually go through with it. Like, what makes you take that extra leap step?
Me personally, it always started, like I said, you know, when I got to high school, I was playing my sports and all that, and everything was going good, you know what I mean? You know, until I ended up having my first child at 19. And that's when.
So slow down right there. So you had your first child at 19 years old.
19 years old.
Okay, first child
still in high school. I'm about to graduate. So I was dealing with that.
How was life going for you right then and there, though?
It was horrible, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Dealing with shit that was toxic, you know what I mean? That I felt like I shouldn't have been in. You know, family won't really goddamn trying to keep me stabilized. Like, bro, focus on football, focus on your sports, stay right. Don't be out here doing this. I was smoking weed. I started doing dumb shit, bro. Now I was smoking weed, taking pills. I started, you know what I mean? I even had an event I almost died before,
doing things you never did before.
Doing things I never did before. And, you know, being around my people because I'm a family person. That's me. I'm a family orientated person. So I thought going back around my family and leaving from around my friends, I'm like, all right, this is the time we're gonna recuperate, we're gonna get right, and we're gonna get this money, we're gonna try to do right. But it's like when I went around them, I went down. Right. And when I went down, shit went left to the point I just started doing anything. You know what I mean? I basically got in the situation, you know what I mean, was dealing with somebody that was not, you know what I mean, right for me. And I thought they would because I was vulnerable. I was vulnerable as shit. I was a vulnerable man at that time. You know what I mean? I'm young. I was vulnerable. I thought I knew something about love. I thought I knew something about how to treat a woman and all that, but I didn't really know shit. I was just green to the situation because I thought I just looked for somebody because I was vulnerable. You know what I mean? Some of us do that sometimes. You know what I mean?
And this the first woman that you pretty much fell in love with or something like that?
I can say yeah, but you know what I mean? When you young, you fall in love.
Wasn't love, it was lust.
It was lust.
Right.
Like when you're young, you're not thinking clear. Like I ain't gonna say I was in love. I feel like I just thought I was the man. I thought I was the shit. You know what I mean? I was trying to be ahead of myself instead of really staying focused on the vision. Right. You know what I mean? So I don't think it was love. It just I was looking for somebody to, you know, feel that comfort, comfort like my grandma did. I was looking for that comfort zone. Right. And you know what I mean? I went the wrong way. I went towards the devil, and that's what choked me up. You know what I mean?
So and what and so you 19 years old at this time, correct?
19, yep.
And this is your first child, you know what I mean? So like what's going through your mind? Do you think like, yeah, man, I gotta get rid of it, or man, like what is she saying to you, the mother of your child at this time? What is she saying to you for you to still go through with this situation?
So this shit was weird because she goddamn disappeared on me for a whole week. So I didn't even know she was pregnant. I didn't even know she was pregnant at first. When it first happened, we ended up breaking up. We broke up like for good this time. We broken up. And I'm like, shit, all right, cool. Yeah, what it is. So I ended up, I went back living with my dad. You know what I mean? I was staying at her crib here and there. Went back living with my dad. I was staying at my cousin's crib. You know what I mean? I was just in and out. I was everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So boom. I ended up upping on her at the store. Oh, okay. And she told me. When she told me, I was in shock because, like, nigga, I couldn't react. I didn't even know what to say in the moment because I'm like, I'm 19. What the fuck you mean? You pregnant. Baby and I don't know. I mean, she's older than me, so I'm not thinking clear what the fuck going on.
Did she already have kids?
Yeah.
So she already. So she already had. How many kids? How old was she at that time?
Like 25.
So she was like 25. You was like 19. This is your first. How many did she have by then?
One.
She already had one. So she pretty much know what they expect out of this situation.
Correct.
But you didn't.
But I didn't. And I ain't gonna lie, I didn't. I was green to the situation. You know what I mean?
Was you scared or like what was your feeling?
So
like how was you feeling? Was you excited or?
I feel like I let my pops down. You know, after he took me in, you know what I mean? When we left from Creighton,
was he making you feel like that or you felt like that?
I think I felt like I let myself down. I feel like I gave up on myself. I feel like I ain't know what decision to make at the time. Like the first thing running to my head was like, damn, all right, this is a child. All right, my life on the line. Okay, my sports. You know what I mean? It's crazy. My I was doing wrestling and football. My wrestling coach just told me this.
So you was real good athletic.
I was athletic. You know what I mean? And my coach just told me it was a day before I found out. The next day I found out. That night I found out that she was pregnant. But the day before my coach said, man, I just, you know, man, I can't wait to see you, man. We're gonna, you know, your senior year, you're gonna go all the way, to States, you're gonna be the best, bro. End up senior year happened, I ended up finding out you were pregnant. Like that shit hurt my heart. It hurt his because he seen a lot of potential in me.
You felt like you had to drop out and stop doing what you were doing because the kid was on the way?
I feel like I had to make a sacrifice. It's either my sports or it's either my kid. You know what I mean? So that's when I had to let shit really process. I started smoking weed, bro. Like every day I was getting in that depression mode.
So you won't doing drugs at this time?
No, I won't.
You won't doing
no drugs.
No
I was
pills. So from the beginning, not to cut you off, from the beginning when you were 7 all the way up through high school stuff, you weren't doing no drugs.
No drugs until I started going back around my peoples, bro. And shit started going wrong.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And every day I thought about that shit like, damn, you know, how could I made a better decision for myself?
Right.
You know what I mean? So, but you know, I don't dwell on it at the end of the day no more. At the end of the day, you know, we all make our decisions.
Correct.
you got to do what you got to do in life. You know what I mean? God was already sending me flags, bro, but I won't paying attention. You know
Most
what I mean?
definitely.
He was already sending me flags about this ladies. He was
Correct.
already sending me flags about my family, but I won't paying attention.
Correct.
I was being arrogant. I won't trying to listen
You
to
was
what
being
was.
naive.
I was not
you didn't
listening.
understand. That's all
Yeah,
it was.
so when that happened, you know what I mean? I learned the hard way.
You bump into her at the store, you know what I mean? She tell you that she pregnant.
Right,
What
and
happened after that?
Then after that, you know what I mean?
Did you tell Pops or like?
Yeah,
what was
I
the
called
first
my
person you
dad.
reached
I
out to?
called
Like,
my
what was you-
dad right then and there. I'm like, look,
How did you
Dad,
know it was yours? Like,
I don't even know if I had a feeling that it was mine. Like, I didn't even like, bro. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't
Had
know.
no thought
I didn't
or
have
nothing,
no
you just
thought
don't
that.
know what's
I
going on.
didn't even know, bro. In that moment, I was fucking blank. I still was stuck. I didn't even know if I wanted to call anybody because I didn't even know if it was allowed the truth. So I was looking
Okay,
at
okay.
my mind was playing tricks on me so much,
she
bro.
was that type of woman.
Yeah, and you know,
Do you think she was taking advantage of you because of the age
Yeah,
difference, or like,
yeah.
do you think?
Now
Because
look
a
at
lot of
it.
people don't understand
Yeah.
that women can really take advantage of
mhm.
men. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's hard. It's hard to.
They
It's
can
hard
mentally,
to grasp it and understand that, but women really can take full control over certain men.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Especially at a young age.
At an age like that,
19, she
At an
was
age like that,
25.
hell yeah. At
You
an
dig
age
what I'm
like that,
saying?
I was definitely, my mental was definitely not here. You know what I mean? I won't think it.
So
And
you
you know,
called Pops first.
I called him. You know what I mean? He was like, it was like he was disappointed.
I mean, why would he be so disappointed? I mean, I understand that you still got your life ahead of you. You know what I mean? But if it's your child, it's your child.
Yeah.
You know what
But
I mean?
I ain't even gonna lie. I didn't even know or even thought that it was my child because
Right.
she was,
Out here
Shawty was
doing
out
what she-
doing
yeah,
what
right.
she wanted to do.
Correct.
So
Correct.
I won't even,
Thinking
no
that
matter
this
if
really
it was,
might be
if it was
mine.
kicking like that many times or being together or not, I won't expecting it. So,
Okay.
but that's not the first thought that came to my head. The first thought is like, I got a baby, nigga. Like,
It's
so
real.
So now what do? I didn't have nobody in my ear like, you know what, bro? Do this. You got to do this, bro. You're gonna fuck your life up. You got to do that. I didn't have nobody. My daddy didn't tell me that. He didn't say, son, let's get an abortion. You got the money. He didn't say that. He said, what you want to do? I was like, I don't know right now. I really don't. So when you at that point as a child, you're not fucking thinking what you're gonna do with in this situation. All you know is I gotta figure something out. I gotta make a move right now. I can't. I don't know. So in that moment, I was just fucked up, bro. I didn't know what to do.
So what was your next move?
So
Like,
my
all right,
next
so
move,
you talked to Pops, then after that, you know what I mean? Like the next day or the next couple of weeks, what was your next move?
I'm like, well, like I'm like, look, well, we got a baby. We got like, shit. I guess I gotta step up. You feel me? I ain't even. This how I know I was so blinded, bro. I didn't even ask for no blood test. I didn't even ask for none of that at the time because I won't thinking.
Right.
I won't thinking.
You just didn't know.
I didn't know. When
that's understandable, man. A lot of
that
people,
shit broke
a lot
off,
of people don't know.
I'm like, dude, because the only thing I'm thinking, I was with her, so I'm not thinking, she's lying.
Right,
I'm not thinking about none of that shit. I'm like, I did, woo, woo. So I'm not thinking about, okay, all right, she must be lying about it and shit like that. But
okay,
whole time, you know what I mean? I don't know, bro. This shit was just weird, bro. It was weird.
So did you ever find out if it was yours or not?
Yeah, over time, I ended up finding out. Down the line.
What was the results in that?
Over time, like down the line, like this been like a couple years ago.
Okay.
Recently, a couple years ago, we ended up getting the blood test. And I found out he mine. But this what made me figure it out. You know what I mean? Thanks to that, my fiance and ready to be my wife. So yeah, we'll get into that. But yeah, that I end up. It's crazy. I end up seeing like my baby pictures when I was little.
Right.
That's how I knew.
So you knew when you seen.
So when I seen that, that's my child.
Correct.
It's no in denying that.
Was grandma still here once you?
Both my grandmas dead. My mama, grandma, and my daddy, grandma. Rest in peace, they soul.
So what did mom say? Goddamn, when you?
I didn't tell my mom. I still went around her when I moved with my dad in Fairfield. My grandma know.
Correct.
But my grandma was already passed away, so I moved with my dad. All right, so I moved with him when I was in high school.
Right.
Middle school, I was still with my mama, but like I said, she was still being an addict. She was still out there. I was still suffering. You feel me? Like how many times I couldn't eat. I had to feed my brothers. I'm staying at my friend's house. I'm outside. I'm out there with the gangsters, all that. I'm trying to make a way. So when my daddy, my mama must have called him like, look, man, I can't do it. I can't, do all this. It's too much on me right now. So he took the responsibility, took me in, and I was doing good for them first 3 years, and then I got around my people again. I started fucking up. The last 2 years of my high school.
When you say, you know what I mean? All right, let's stop it right there. So when you, all right, so boom, you got the kid. So the kid is on the way. You know what I mean? Then mom got down. What mom's called Pops getting to touch with y'all, collaborate, y'all talking all the whatever case may be. So now you move in with your Pops. Do. So do you go back to the girl? Y'all in a relationship? Like what's going on with y'all at that time?
At the time, it was still on and off.
On and off.
I was just trying to.
But you was trying to be there though.
For the baby.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was definitely trying to be there. I'm not even gonna sit here and lie. I was definitely there. Because at the end of the day, now as a kid involved, my kid, I'm thinking my kid, right, at the time, right, well, he's mine, but you know what I'm saying, like,
you're not
at
really
the time,
understand knowing if it's really yours,
right? So I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna be here, fuck it. Throughout all this shit, going through all that shit, bro, I'm just gonna go ahead and be here and just handle and deal with this shit like a man. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I did. I got a job, started working.
Everybody can't say they did.
You know what I mean? I got a job. I'm still going to school. Now I'm taking my son to daycare and all that, bro. This is shit I was really doing, bro.
So did you ever get to a point where you had to drop out of school?
No, I finished that shit strong.
Wow.
I took my son to school. I took my son to school with me, and he was doing daycare. Right while I was at school, you know, they had a program at Armstrong.
Wow. Hold on. Break this down. So you say, hold on. So when the baby got here, you was still going to school and taking it to school with you. How does that work? What do you mean? Break it down.
So they had this program. It was for the females that, like, the younger girls in high school that was pregnant with kids. So they had a program where you can they had a daycare center right on the other side of the school.
Right.
And I applied for it. You know, I was the only father.
Say it again. You applied for it.
I applied for it as a father. So I said, hey, you know, I already knew the teachers and the people in there and all that. They was very close to me and my teachers. So they were like, look, Mr. Page, we can do this for you. You know what I mean? I see you got a baby on the way.
Wow,
and I know you're trying to finish school. And I did it good, bro. I went there, applied. My son started like the next week, and I still kept going to class. I started focusing more and going to work. So I just kept putting that work in, bro. That shit just made me go hard.
So when did you stop smoking the weed and all that stuff? So this
so
when
that,
20
so that's
old.
when
you about 19.
So I'm like 19. I'm about to be 20, but I'm 19, about to graduate and all that. I graduated in 2017.
But you was dabbling in the weed when you probably was like 15, 16.
Yeah, around that time. I was playing with it.
19,
then I stopped it. When I had my son, or I was about to have him, shit was over. I stopped bullshitting around.
Okay.
Like, I probably smoke here and there, but it won't no everyday thing.
Correct.
I drink here and there, you know what I mean, but it wasn't an everyday thing. I was strictly go to work, take care of my kids, run that bread up. You know what I'm saying? That's what I did. You know what I mean? And go to school. That's what I did. You know what I mean?
Damn, man. Okay.
So it was tough, bro.
So how was the mother of your first child? Like how was she during these times when the kid is getting older? You know what I mean? Like when you got to take the kid to the school with you, what was she doing at that time?
Shit, I don't know, bro. That's a good ass
question.
So
you took the child with you.
I did it out of my responsibility to do that because she won't fit. She want to fit mama.
So when you was living over there with your dad with the child?
No. Like I said, I was back and forth. I was at my dad's house and her house.
Okay.
At the end of the day, the child would be over at her house.
Correct.
So I was back and forth, and
but for the most part, you was taking them with you.
I was definitely doing it. Yeah.
Wow, man. So you've been doing what needed to be done out here, man.
Yeah,
so that's the first child. All right. So that's the first child. You let the audience know again how many children you have all together.
I got 3 and 1 on the way. So I got 4 boys in total.
Okay. Yep. And what it was? Some of them.
Nah, you good.
All right. So So we get to the point where we had the first child. Boom. So you about 19, 20 years old. So when you starting to reach like I ain't gonna say prime, but when you starting to reach into that 20, that 21, 22, 23 range, like what's going on in your life at that moment?
All right. So it's just like one day, you know what I mean? I told my dad. I told my uncle Adrian. This is my cousin my cousin husband Keita, rest her soul. I started working at McDonald's and shit. Goddamn, when I worked there, I was there for 3 months. When I was there for 3 months, I told my boss at McDonald's, I'll never forget this day. I told my boss at McDonald's, I said, look, I'm gonna be here for 3 months maximum. And I'm going to Job Corps. I told my manager. My manager was my uncle. Like he was, he's married to my cousin that passed away, Keita, rest her soul.
Right.
So I told him. He put me on to the joint. After I lost my other job, I didn't even lost it. I just quit it because I got tired of doing 2 jobs at once. I was working 2 jobs.
What's the name of the place?
So Job Corps. So what happened was,
what is that though for the people that don't know?
Job Corps is like it's like a miniature school for like trade. You can get your trade and certifications and stuff like that.
Okay.
But yeah. So where it started from there, I was at McDonald's and I told him like I'll never forget this night. I was like, bro, I'm gonna be here 3 months and I'm out, bro. I'm ready to take off. Thought I was playing. Come 3 months, bro. I was already applying for Job Corps. I went down to the place. It was a center down that way over there by North Avenue. But they changed it now. It was beside a BP. They end up changing to something else now. I don't know what it is now. I think they shut some of them down because of COVID. After COVID, they shut a lot of Job Corps down. I don't know why, but went down there, applied. They was like, "What do you want to do? Like, what trade you want to do?" I'm like, "Look, I want to do HVAC." That was my first trade. Like, I still kind of in love with that
HVAC?
trade. Yeah, HVAC. HVAC.
What's that?
So HVAC is a heat and air vento technician. Basically, what that is,
so it's like a trade.
It's a trade. Wow. So basically, what that is, You go to people's house, or you can do refrigerant at like restaurants. You can do roofing, HVAC systems for house. It's basically fixing on your air
Okay.
and your compressors and stuff like that.
Okay.
So yeah, so I wanted to do that. When I went, I ended up going. I was supposed to do that for about a year. My teacher ended up leaving, like, I think it was like 5-10 months in. He had to do another job. He had to leave, and somebody had to replace him. But we ain't never have an HVAC teacher after that. So I had to do facility maintenance. So facility maintenance is basically like contractor and all. Like, you can do plumbing, HVAC, you can do carpentry, you can do drywall sheet, you can do roofing, all that in one. So
and you going through all this while you bouncing back and forth home to home.
Yeah. But see, when I went there, I was staying and living there now. Now I'm going from
on the campus or something like that.
Yeah, I'm living on the campus. So I was going from there from Richmond for a whole year.
I mean, what type of experience was that though? Like, I mean, have you ever did that before? Have you ever been away from Richmond before?
Not like that. No, that was my first time. But I feel like that would made me the person I am today, and that would made me like I don't be afraid of making that move now. Now to this point, I'm not afraid of making change or making that move. Just off that day, I just had to make a statement and stamp it. What I had to do.
And speak to the younger audience out there that's scared to make that change, that extra leap out there in life, man, where they just been in their home confined so much they don't want to really go nowhere else. Like, how scared was that for you? Like, or how grateful are you for that moment?
I'm very grateful for the moment. It was an opportunity. I seen a way out, and I'm gonna tell anybody, for the younger youth out there.
So, bro, sports is not the only way out.
It's not the only way out, bro. Like, most of the time, this NFL, this basketball, all this shit you do, bro, and you see on the internet, the TV, the internet, bro, some of this shit will ruin your life, bro. Sometimes being an athlete ain't the best way. And I thought that was my way out.
How many people make it to the league?
And a lot of people don't make it. Probably not even 50% of the people make it, bro. So I don't want you to get caught up in it. You can make money doing anything. You don't have to just be an athlete, bro. I know people that's HVAC that make plenty of money. I know people that's contractors make plenty of money, or people that plumbing that make millions of dollars, bro. You don't just have to look into the athlete or entertainment, bro. It's so much money to be made out here. You can become your own boss. You know what I mean? So I looked at it as an opportunity, a chance of a new beginning. Even though I still had a child, I still take care of my child being up there. So you got to push yourself to the limit. Well,
how hard was that, man? Like,
it was tough. I feel like, bro, it was a tough challenge, but I knew it had to get done. There was no in or outs about it. I ain't had no choice. So I was still doing it. I was still going through shit too, but I still
ain't out there selling drugs and shit like
that. No. I mean, it have been times I, had a little hustle going on. I sell like little cigs or Black and Miles and shit like that. Try to get a hustle on, but we was actually getting paid $60 or $80 every other Monday. So you was getting free money just for going to school.
Right.
And you can get paid, like, if you don't have your diploma, you can get paid $1,000 if you graduate from there and do your trade. You know what I mean? So you're putting your own game, bro. It's so much opportunity out here, bro. You don't have to settle for just I'm gonna sell this, or I'm gonna go for sports, or I think I'm gonna do this. Like, it's plenty of opportunity out here. You just gotta apply that shit and apply the pressure. Right. So I wouldn't tell nobody not to do it. I'll tell anybody, because that was my journey and my start. And I seen a lot of shit, bro. I seen a lot of shit, how females act. Correct. Seeing how niggas switch up. I seen a lot being up there, because it's basically like a college, bro. Mm-hmm. So now you seeing reality for what it is. And now I'm at that point. I'm almost I'm ready. I'm 21, 20. Mm-hmm. I'm at that point. I'm starting to grow now and understand this shit, bro, and what's going on with, relationships, and, how people occur, how females go about that shit. And I started understanding the game of life, bro, and how this shit is. This shit is definitely a chessboard, bro. Correct. You got to play your hand in your position. And that's what I did, and that shit made me the better man today. And, from there, I end up, like I said, I was doing facility maintenance. That shit was going good. I got cool, good buddies of mine. I still talk to them here and there.
Wow. Networking, basically.
Yeah, networking real good. These people from different states everywhere. Right. It's not just from Virginia. I'm talking about, you got South Carolina, North Carolina, New York, Philly. Okay. Everywhere, all around the mountain. So just networking like that really helped me in a better situation. And then when I took my ALS, I ended up passing. Took me 3 times to do it, but I ended up passing.
Okay. And how many times you said it took you? How many times?
About 3.
And how many times did you give up?
I never gave up. Never gave up. I thought from the first 2, I'm like, fuck, I don't got it. But someone was like, one of my buddies was like, do it again, bro. He was like, do it again, bro.
Kept it going.
It kept it going. I don't know why I felt like
family members that told you.
Yeah, these are regular people I don't even know that well. So that shows you. I mean, family always ain't gonna be the best advice for you. You know what I mean? It's people out here, a regular person, it can be a a loyal person more than your own family. So when I seen that, I'm like, damn, bro, like that's pushing me. You know what I mean? I started working out. I kept trying to study for the test, end up passing it. I passed that the same day I got my driver's license. I passed my driver's license around that same time when I did that with my Alsville joint. And when I did that, I'm like, oh yeah, it's real. Because at first I wasn't even driving when I was back home at first. Like 17, 15, I wasn't driving at first. But when I went up there, I meant it. I said, look, I'm ready to get my license. I'm finna goddamn. I didn't even know the military was gonna come about.
Right.
It just happened. It just happened, bro.
And we all right, like I said, we're gonna definitely dig into a lot of these topics, man. Like, I'm just glad to see you here, glad to see you doing great. Like I said, you ain't out here hustling, doing this, doing that. You pretty much approaching every situation the right way with the right mentality, man. Like, and it can be done. You know what I mean? Because you are doing it. You dig what I'm saying? So that's how we know it can be done, man. So, and let me ask you this: like, how do you deal with like stress? Like, how do you deal with going through things in life? Like, how do you deal with stress? Like, somebody that's watching this right now that's going through something that just want to end it all, man. Like, how can you tell them to never give up and just constantly keep pushing and doing what you've been doing?
I'm gonna tell you, bro, just, you know, because I deal with stress sometimes, but I'm starting to understand, like, how do I cope with it? You know, I try to talk to people, you know, try to communicate with somebody, find somebody that you can have a connection with and you can communicate with them, you know, because, you know, communication is key to life, bro. And, you know, just try to stay motivated. Don't give up on yourself, even when it get hard, because it get hard for everybody. You know what I mean? It get hard for me. But at the end of the day, like I said, what keeps me pushing every day is my family, my kids, my wife. This should keep me going every day. So as long as I know that I have somebody that believe in me, I believe in myself even more. Even if I didn't have that person, I still believe in myself because I've been by myself my whole life most of the time. So, but they give me that extra boost in my life that is like, okay, I got to do this shit. I want this shit now. I'm hungry. So, and it be times where I break down, I cry, I go through shit. You know what I mean?
Like, you human. You're not no robot.
Right? You know, so
human.
But
nothing wrong with that.
At the same time, I always still remember in the back of my head, you know what I mean? You got to stay in the fight.
Okay.
You know, you got to stay in the fight. You know what I mean? Just like the military, bro. You have to stay in the fight no matter what. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's all about us making it through that finish line, bro, and making it home.
Correct.
You know what I mean? When it all boils down to it. So a lot of people don't understand that, bro. Just stay motivated. Don't quit. You know what I mean?
Right.
Communicate with people. Network with good people. Be around good people. Good energy. Good vibes. It don't matter who the person is or what their background is. Because somebody's background can be bad, but they trying to level themselves up and better themselves and change to become the best person of who they trying to become. You know what I mean? And the best version of themselves. Right. So I tell you, man, just stay focused and, you know, love yourself first. Love yourself. You know, I had plenty of people I knew, even in the military. One of my buddies, white friends, you know, almost thought about killing himself. And he came to talk to me, and I really had him a long lecture, bro. And I'm like, bro, I've been through it all. You can't imagine how much I've been through, bro. But I understand what you're going through. I know that pain. Right. But you gotta stay in it, bro. What would your people want to do if they looking down on you and you didn't quit it on them, bro? You feel me? So God ain't build you up to quit, bro. We build you up to become great, bro. So
most definitely,
just be great, bro, and be grateful, bro. Be grateful you can wake up every day and breathe, bro. That's what I look at it now. Correct. Now I look at it like, you know what? I could be fucked up real bad. Correct. I'm not fucked up. I'm blessed. And you just gotta, you know, you gotta go with life for what it is, bro.
Right. Yep. All right, so goddamn, then we moving into like you said, you about 21, 22, 23 in that range, goddamn. You finishing up Job Corps. So when you getting out of Job Corps, you was there. You left the city for about a year. Yep. So when you came back, what was going on in your life then?
When I came back, so I came back, did the same dumb shit again. I ain't get in trouble or nothing like that because I had time. I already passed my AVAL, so I was still trying to give myself time for myself. You know, I was trying to, you know, give myself time for myself. And you know, really, you know, understand me and figure out, okay, what do I want out of life? Now I got the certification, I got that, but I was still trying to figure out me. When I came back, I did it again. I went around family, you know, thinking everything. It's a year now. I'm thinking everything changing, but sometimes it don't change. And you know, what woke me up again, I don't know. I think God just was sending me signs. You know what I mean? Like, well, me and my wife, how we met was so weird and awkward.
We're gonna get into that.
All right,
so we can lead more into that. So all right, so when I say about you about 24, 25. So now you reach
before 24.
All right, so what you about 23?
22.
All right, so you about 22 when you ready to reach into meeting your wife.
Yeah, correct.
Okay, so 22 years old. We can speak on it.
So when I came back, you know what I mean, it was about a year. I was still, you know, I was around my people, you know what I mean. My girl ended up, you know, running to her. You know what I mean? We already knew each other, but we didn't know each other that well. You know what I mean? I knew sis.
And this your wife, right?
Correct. And how we met, it was an awkward moment. It was a weird ass situation. Like I was driving around. I was really like, it's weird. It's like God was leading me there to her. I won't even making this shit up. I can't make this shit up. It was like I was riding around, you know, the area we was living in around the time, around Wickham, and you know, I was trying to figure out where she lived at. I don't even know why. It was just like something was leading me there.
Right.
I don't know what led me there. I think it was God or whatever. You know, people might think I'm crazy and I'm tripping, but this shit happened naturally. This is why I feel like this is something in the making. I was riding around, so I rolled, I parked. It was on the street close to her house, but I didn't know what house she was living in or what apartment she was living in. And shit, I was about to give up. I ain't gonna lie. So shit, I got back in my car. As I'm getting back in my car, I'm ready to pull off. Boom, her door was open. And even though it was around the projects, it don't matter. It's still like a regular door. It don't fucking matter. So I ended up seeing her door though. How did I figure out that's where she lived at? Shit, I ended up seeing the kids and mom, and boom, I pulled back around, got out, went, knocked on the door, and from there it's like, that's where it started.
So you approached the wife first, or she?
Yeah, I approached her. Now we won't even at the time we weren't even together yet. This was on some shit like I really was. You know, we talked on the phone and shit, but we won't like talking like that or nothing like that. We was cool still. So I was really like trying to like, you know, link up with her, like how you doing, how life doing, how life chilling.
If you like her or not, you know.
Yeah. Not even that. I just wanted to see how she was doing, literally. Like, you know, I wanted to see like how life was treating her, how she was doing. We hit each other a couple times, you know, and talk. You know what I mean? But we didn't have the talking stage yet. But it's like from that day, it was already up from there. It was already up from there. From that day that, you know, we didn't start talking yet, but we started communicating more and, you know, linking up more, and it went from there.
Okay.
But we was just at first we started off cool and friends, bro. It was all friends. No, it won't nothing.
You already had one child.
Correct.
Then you met your wife.
And you know, we, you know, everything was going good. We just was friends. We was chopping it up, you know, doing whatever, you know, whoop the whoop. And you know what I mean? We was getting to know each other, learning each other. We didn't rush it. We didn't try to rush into nothing, you know what I mean? And shit.
I mean, what are some of the things you love about her that you notice right off top? You know what I mean? Like, oh, all right, no, this might be the one. This got to be the one.
Shit. What made me, you know, even though times that, you know, I done had times I done fucked up, you know, even with dealing with her from the beginning, even though we weren't together, but I done did some nut ass shit, and that's, you know,
right,
but I was being a man, but I was still being who I am. I was being true to who I am. I won't faking this shit, none of that. But you know, the day I did that fuck shit, what I did, and she showed me really a lesson. This what made me respect her even more as a woman. Like she really like, you know, put her foot down, like on some like, nigga, I'm not this type of female. This is who I am. This is how I'm rocking. So if you can't get right, nigga, hey, it is what it is. You know what I mean?
But she gave you that warning though. Have you ever been in a situation where a woman gave you that type of warning?
Never been in that. And that would make me respect
you love her though. Like
that would make me say, oh yeah, I really care about her. I really love this woman. Like, cause a lot of women don't do that. A lot of women are not strong enough to handle themselves in situations like that and deal with situations, you know. And she taught me a valuable lesson, bro. And from there, I was like, yeah, I love her, bro. Like, I really want to be with her. I'm the first one. I told her I love her first before she told me she loved me.
And
go ahead.
No, I already said. I know when you came into the situation, sis already had, and I say sis because that's my blood sister on chat. Sis already had kids. So speak on how hard is it for you to implicate yourself in somebody else's kid's life to make them trust you and give you that type of space.
Yeah, boo. I mean, I feel like the trust came over communication, timing, and loyalty, and just being honest. You know, it came with a lot of communication with each other, talking to each other, showing that we care about each other. You know what I mean? Talking on a day-to-day basis. The kids came about, you know what I mean? I feel like that it was a growing situation. You know, it was like a natural thing. It was like one of them natural things where it's like they fell in love with me for who I was as a person. You know what I mean? And I didn't change who I was. I was being me regardless. So at the end of the day, you know, a lot of people don't understand, you know, what real is sometimes. You know what I mean? I just came off the bat. I was just being myself. The kids naturally just hung on to me because like they actually started calling me dad before I even was connecting with them all the way. Because like I said, I tell anybody, you know, kids can feel when a person is real and when they're not real.
Right.
They felt my energy, they felt my demeanor and how I was, and I was being myself, and they just latched on to me, and it was that from there. You know what I mean?
Let's speak on that a little bit. Like, how hard is it for you to even allow someone else's, I ain't gonna say someone else because it's your kids now, but at that time, how hard is it for you to allow them to call you dad? Like, that's something you feel proud about at that time, or were you trying to tell them to slow down, or like how was that?
I won't even. I did, like I said, things be hit. I don't know what God be doing. Things be hitting me, bro. So when something hit me at the time, I'm not thinking like, goddamn, wow. I'm like, wow, okay. You know what I mean? I'm not really
like, you was more grateful.
I'm grateful because that makes me look at myself like I must be a great person. Right. So if they see that in me, I need to look myself in the mirror like I'm a great person. So I took it as like honor, you know what I mean? Because a lot of kids that already have fathers, like biological fathers, ain't gonna do that with no man. They just met.
So you got to be some type of great man.
You know, I took that as a blessing, man, and you know, and I just, you know, I didn't take it for granted. I just did what I had to do. I mean, I stood on my business. You know.
Okay, so
and loved them.
Right. So you, sis, and the kids get together now. So all right. So now when y'all starting to move in or whatever the case may be, what's going on with your other child by your first baby mother?
Bullshit started happening, bro. She was getting jealous. You know what I mean? My girl, she's a great woman, man. I love.
When you say jealous, like what you mean? Like what was going on at that time at the moment?
So as we, you know, I got my child back in my life again because this shit been back and forth. So I got him back in my life.
So you've been going through custody battles.
Yeah, over and over. So I got him back in my life. Everything was going good, bro. Everything was going good. He was coming around us. We took him places. All us. I mean, everything was.
How was his vibe with the other kids in the house, and how
it was
good?
Vibe with them? Was good. I feel like she poisoned his mind to believe whatever she wanted him to believe. You know what I mean? And that would fucked him up. And as a child, I can't blame him because that's his mother.
And let the people know how can a woman coerce a child into doing things? Like, because a lot of people can be like, that's impossible. How can she do that?
No, a woman can, at the end of the day, a mother and son or daughter connection, a parent connection with their child is unconditional love. So, they're gonna believe anything you tell them, bro. Period. They're gonna believe anything you tell them
until you show them otherwise.
And they see it. Correct. So right now they only go off of what they believe. So he's gonna believe his mama, whatever she's saying, is that's what he's gonna go with. So that's why I feel like it happened with that situation. And he got confused as a kid. You're confused. Correct. Now you don't know what you want to do.
And we can't fault him for that. You know what I mean?
Right. So I'm never gonna be mad at my son. I blame his mama because she didn't lead him in the right direction. She didn't tell him the truth. Correct. Still ain't telling him the truth. But you know, that's how life goes. You know what I'm saying? You gotta take that shit with a grain of salt. So
all right, so y'all move in, you know what I mean? The kids doing good, y'all doing good. Like you said, you get June back over there with you and the family, so everything is going good. So like, so y'all still in the project at this time, but y'all in the house, like what's going on? Like how y'all living?
We still in the project at the time, but things was good. You know what I mean? I feel like we was doing better budgeting our money and kids taken care of, we was taken care of. You know, then I feel like what fucked me up was my family, you know, getting them involved.
Okay.
And they got involved because, you know, I can feel like I think I allowed them to, but I shouldn't allow them to even get closer. That's why I didn't want them in my business, you know what I mean? Because I know how family can be emotionally, from mama to dad to cousins, girl cousins. I know how emotional females get and jealous they get. And the jealous shit started happening, you know what I mean? You know, everybody started being weird, acting funny to us, and, you know, not fucking with niggas, you know what I mean? Not hitting niggas up, ran past niggas' houses, like weird shit.
And where you think this was coming from? Like, wow, where is all this tension coming from?
I think the tension came from the day in my dad's house. I'll never forget this day. This shit is never gonna be forgotten. It was the best day I ever seen my family and all us act like as a unity. Went to my dad's house. I didn't even know my dad surprised me with a going away party. Nobody knew I was going away, but one of my cousins.
Okay, when you say going away, what do you mean?
So this when I made my commitment to the military. Okay. I already did my swearing, did all that. Okay. I ain't tell nobody yet because I was gonna tell them when it was the time for that. Correct. So that's when I tore it. So I told my cousin. You know what I mean? That day of the party, actually, I told my cousin. He was shocked. Like, he ain't believe me. Like, I was bullshitting. Like you really ready to do this? So, you know what I mean? But the energy was still good. A lot of
black people think that way about the army, though. Let's be real. You know what I mean? A lot of black people do think like, you know what I mean? Like, you going to the army, like that shit, you know what I mean? That ain't no place for no black man whole time. The army is for every man if you're fit for it. Everybody's not fit for the army, though.
Everybody not fit. No woman or man. Like, a lot of people, mentally, physically, are not fit for it. So,
understand that.
In that situation, you know, everybody was happy at the time, you know what I mean? But it was like right after that day, shit went left. You know what I mean? Right after. This is COVID around this time. I went March 2020, 2000. March 2020. And it was March 2020, March 25. March 2020, 2005. Okay. No, 2020. I went but it was on the 25th of March. I
Okay.
had to give myself, correct me. I'm sorry, chat, for that. But yeah, I went on that day. When I finally left, my girl dropped me off. You know, she was sad a little bit, but like I told her, this shit gonna get better. We're gonna be all right. We're gonna be good. Like, this is the best move. She was with it. She didn't, nah, boo, don't do it. I'm riding with you through this shit. And I'm like, I
And
got
what
you.
year was this?
2020.
And do you still feel that way
Do I still feel that way about what?
about goddamn? That was the best move you made about you going to the
Yes,
army.
the best
Thank
decision
you.
I ever made. The
Thank you.
best decision I ever made, because at the end of the
You
day,
made a powerful decision.
I had to make the
A
decision.
grown
because
man decision.
I was seeing what I was ready to do again, and I got myself out of that jam once again. And I said, "No, I'm not going backwards again. This is the time to make the best move," and that's what I did. And when
Correct.
I did it, I never looked back. You know, even though shit was going on when I won't hear, a lot of bullshit, a lot of messy shit, family going at it with my girl, they talking about me, my mama,
And
she
when did
talking
that
about
first
me.
start though? Like who was the first drama to this situation that you can think of? Like, because like you said, you happy in the car, your wife dropped you off, your son doing good, the other kids doing, everybody's doing good.
Right.
And so when you left to go to the committing to the army, everybody was doing good. That was on a great
Everybody
note.
was good. Everything,
Okay.
everybody was good. But like a day after, 2 after, I don't know what happened to everybody. Everybody stopped fucking with each other. My girl cousin, she really started it. You know, I ain't gonna speak on her now.
Right,
I don't
correct.
like really putting
Correct.
people's names out here. You feel me? It's family. But you know, it started because she was already jealous. She was mad. She couldn't have her way. Then everybody else wanted to follow suit. So now my boy cousin's acting weird. My boy cousin talking about my girl to my brother. He acting weird. So it
Okay.
just started being messy ass, gay ass shit going on.
Correct.
Excuse my language, chat. And it was like, you know what? Damn, like, you know, what happened? You telling me this one move can change everybody's opinion and how they move? You know what I mean? Me trying to do something better with my life is making
Right.
y'all act this
Feel crazy.
salty. So it was like, damn, man. I know when I get back, I got to cut ties, bro. I got to
Correct.
cut ties, you know?
And how long did you have to go away?
Almost 6 months.
All right, so almost 6 months. Everything went how it went. So
Yep.
when you approached back, who picked you up?
My girl and her sister.
Okay, the wife and sis picked you up. So
Yep.
goddamn, when you arrive back, are you hearing all these things from the phone while you're there, or you hear this shit when you get
No,
back?
no,
in
no.
the
I
car?
was already, nigga, I was dealing with it when I was there. Because I was,
Damn,
at the
'cause you was
time, we was
calling.
getting phones.
Wow.
We got phones on the weekend because it was COVID. You know, at first in the
shouldn't even got
military,
them
they don't
joints,
give
yeah.
you
They
phones.
shouldn't even gave them to you.
Yeah,
Think
so
about this
I'm
shit.
scratching out. I'm
Yeah, that's
trying to.
bad,
I'm
like-
dealing with mental shit already there. You know, they break you when you there. They break you. They bring your ass to nothing. You a ain't shit ass person. When you in the military, when you first get off that bus, they break you. When they break you, they breaking you to you're nothing and you don't mean shit to this world.
Correct.
And that's what they did to me. And then my family breaking me mentally as I'm already dealing with shit mentally. Then my girl, gotta bring this up. This happened around that time when it actually started that day when I was in reception. You know, I grabbed my dog tags. I was, you know, getting processing the system and all that.
This is a great day. You know,
So
what I
it
mean?
was
Happy day
great.
for you.
So that night I called my girl. And my girl cousin was on the line with her. And I'm like, yo, what y'all doing? You know, talking. I'm excited. I'm like, yo, this shit, I think this shit gonna be all right. So my girl cousin already started off being weird. Like oh,
what?
go ahead, tell him. Why you don't tell him? Tell him, Sierra, like, why you don't tell him what's going on? And I'm like, what the fuck? So now I'm already, listen, bro. I already went through when we first got off the bus, we was getting our ass fucked over. So then I gotta go to reception. So I'm trying to get through this whole thing, this process already. So as that happening, because we only had the phone for one day that time, and then you don't get it for the next 2 weeks. So boom.
That's good.
So I called her. They only give us like a 30-minute jaunt, maybe a 15 to 10 minute jaunt. Boom. I call. My cousin acting weird at the time. I'm like, tell me what? So my girl ended up telling me she pregnant. So that made me happy. They got teared up and everything because I'm like, damn. But it's weird. I'm like, damn, I can't even be here to celebrate the moment. You feel what I'm saying? So the way that you know, my cousin, I already knew where she was gonna start when she started being weird, like tell him, and like it was some secret weird shit going on. So it started fucking with my mental. Now I'm like, what the fuck? So you know, but I ain't really paid that much attention to it at the time because I'm like, man, look, bro, I'm gonna just rather enjoy this time with my girl on the phone and live it up right now while I could because I gotta focus, bro. So found out that that was a blessing moment for me, and I was happy, and I was like, man, we're gonna be all right, bro. We're gonna be good.
Correct.
I mean, I ain't even tripping on shit. You feel me? After that, shit just was crazy, bro. Shit just kept happening.
Right. So all right. So boom. So now you come back, goddamn. All right. So you found out the wife was pregnant while you was there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So when you figure out all that, you come back from goddamn doing harsh training drills and all that shit. You touch back down in the city. You know what I mean? You thinking that so at this moment, it's a little something fishy going on in the city, but at the same time, you thinking that it's gonna be a celebration when you get picked up because of the child, right? Or what's going on through your mind when you getting picked up?
When I get picked up, I ain't gonna lie, I just was relieved from all the toxicity I was dealing with there and dealing with already here that I'm coming back to.
Right.
So I'm just I see my
Damn
girl.
near numb.
I'm numb, bro. So right now I just want to go home. I want to relax. I want to eat, chill, bro. So I don't know what I was walking into. You know what I mean? But my girl ended up surprising me, and things went great for me. You know, when I came home, it was a blessing. You know, when I came home, I thought.
Oh, so it was a surprise party?
Yeah, it was it was a prize for just me.
Okay,
and my girl. You know, kids with grandma or whatever.
Right. So
we just had that
happy
time
moment,
ourselves.
great moment, right?
Great moment. I ain't thinking about nothing but that moment. I ain't give a fuck about nothing else right now at the time.
Yeah.
Everything was just focused on us in that moment at the time, and it was a blessing, bro. And I appreciate her.
Correct.
I was expecting her to do a lot for herself. You know, I was sending money home still, doing that, and I'm thinking she gonna, do what she do. She probably was handling her business, but whole time she did a lot for me. So, and I appreciate that. So,
right. All right. So when you get back to the crib, man, you touch down. So y'all gathering everything up. So then we can skip a couple chapters a little bit because we gonna you gonna be like a regular guest on the show.
Okay.
I don't know what the hell my water. When you're gonna be a regular guest on the show, so we don't want to spill all the beans. So we're gonna tap a little bit up. So boom, now y'all move to the new house. Right. You know what I mean? How's things been going now?
This one or the first one before here?
I'm talking about the first one before here.
The first one before here, everything was shit. I think everything started getting put together more.
Okay.
Started getting put together.
So now you just moving up in the rankings, like.
Now we're just moving up in the rankings, just trying to get the family in order and get it together. You know what I mean? Okay. I feel like things start getting better. We want around people no more for real, and we started really, being to ourselves more now and trying to focus on the bag and getting right. That's what my vision now. I'm like, damn, we in the crib. Got to pay these bills. Got to do what we got to do. So. Correct. Now my vision is on my kids and her. So fuck all that other stuff.
I mean, so what motivates you to do better in life? Like what motivates you to do better?
I want to figure out I want to figure out the best move for me and my family. And want to do better. I want to be known for being a great person and being able to just be a stable father for my family. Basically, like everything I do it for. My kids and my family, bro. Right. Family, like at the end of the day, it's what I do it for, bro. So because that's how I'm built. I think that's the way. I don't know if this is the way God want me to be, but I'm being it because I think it's the best way to be. Right. And I've been like this my whole life, bro.
Correct.
So I think it's just motivating, just staying positive, trying to better somebody around me. Like you're around me and you got good energy, bro. I'll uplift you the same way you uplift me.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
So what do you think you see yourself in the next 5 to I'd say 10 years? What do you think you see yourself?
Shit, I'm gonna be a boss. I want to own a business. Shit, I want to pop. With this podcast stuff, bro. I really want to take this shit to the next level. Like, cause this is what I want to do. I want to talk to the youth in the community more. I really want to get it. It might be crazy. I ain't gonna say an activist, but it's. I mean, a podcast damn near is like an activist. The only difference is we just not in the political side.
Correct.
But we still talking to the youth.
We damn near a journalist.
Exactly.
You know what
I
mean?
That's basically what I want to do and take off with this part. For real.
Okay. And how hard is it for you to be a black man in the Army? Or is that just a myth? You know what I mean?
I think that's just a myth because there's a lot of people that was in the Army that was black long time ago.
Right.
So
I mean, do y'all get mistreated? Like, what's going on in there? Like
at the time, when it first started, we was getting mistreated. But that's just how the way it go. I think when you first join, they're gonna break you down. They're gonna make you feel like shit. That's their agenda. That's the job. That's how the military work. Correct. Like they said, the military go on and on, bro. So whether you stay in or get out, they don't give a fuck. They're gonna find the next person up. So, or the next person might sign themselves up. You know what I mean?
Right.
But, yeah, I mean, I mean, I feel like they do treat us wrong sometimes, but it's not to the point where it's like it's that bad because you gotta understand, you signed up for this shit. You swear then. You made that oath.
Correct. So
you made the decision. They didn't say, hey, man, it's not back in the days where you had to forcibly get in the military.
Right. I mean, do I'm saying like,
do you mean treat you?
Do other people get different privileges from you type shit?
I mean, I feel like that's anywhere. Sometimes. I mean, it could be. You know what I mean? I don't really be paying that shit on mind, but I see it though. I visualize.
Right.
So when I be seeing certain stuff, I be like, yeah, the Army ain't nothing different than a regular fucking job. Only thing different is more of a career, bro. But it's career jobs do the same thing as regular jobs. Like you're gonna have people that have their favorites. You're gonna have people that, I'm gonna treat this person better, but they ain't gonna put it out there to the public because they don't want everybody speaking on it or making everybody feel some type of way. So of course they're not gonna tell you, oh yeah, I'm treating this person. So it didn't happen to me.
What about race? Is race a big thing in the Army?
Now they don't play that racial stuff like for blacks, whites, and nobody. So I think everybody is an equal opportunity, bro. Everybody supposed to be brothers and sisters, bro. It's no ends around that shit. There's no fucking I'm gonna treat this we're always gonna be black on black people here and white on white people here. Like you have a group with blacks and whites in the same group. I'm cool with black and white people, Mexican, Hispanic. So it ain't nothing to me. All of them is brothers to me.
Do they have Hispanic people in the army?
Yeah, they got Mexican, Hispanic. Right. I'm cool with a couple of Mexican, Hispanic, and they realest people ever. So me personally, I have no racism in my heart against nobody. I just go off how you are as a person. If you treat me right, respect me. Right. You respect me, honor, loyalty, dignity. I'm gonna give you the same shit. But if you're not doing that, it's fuck you. And it's just that simple. And that's just how anything go, you know. So yeah.
And what's your thoughts on like school shootings and stuff like that? What's your thoughts on that stuff going around in the country? Like, how do you feel for your kids and the kids of America?
I feel sad and bad, bro. I feel like, you know, now it's starting not to be safe for the environment of these little upcoming kids that's want to learn and want to get better and want to become great. But they got to deal with the shooting. They got to deal with all this violence going on. Like, it's sad, bro. And I feel like we have to make it safe for our kids in this America. Like, we have to try to make it safe. We have to make a change. And if we don't make a change, it's going to get worse. So it takes us to do it, bro. The parents and everybody got to come to one and we have to really try to figure this out. Like, how can we make the violence stop? We got to be there for our kids more. A lot of kids are doing this because they don't have guidance. They don't have their parents there. They're not guidance in the right way and lead it by the right way. You know, they just lay it wrong or they like, fuck life. I don't care no more. So we got to do better as parents and, you know, everybody just got to do better, bro, as leaders.
Most definitely. And let me get your take on goddamn kids not being in, like fathers not being in their kids' life. Like, do you think it's more so of the mom pushing the father away or the dad don't want to be there, or it's more so it's a mixture of both?
It's a mixture of both. I ain't gonna say it's all the way the mama and I ain't gonna say it's all the way the daddy, but it's both. Because you have some great child mothers out here. You have some great baby mamas, wife mamas, whatever you want to call it. You have great mothers out here. You got great daddies out here. But then you also got fuck mamas out here and you got fuck daddies out here. So it's like it's a balance of both. So but the fuck mama and fuck daddies is kind of got the good mamas and good fathers down. They got them beat because a lot of people, you know, they get in relationships with other people and they say fuck their kids and they take their kids out they, you know, daddy's life or the mamas. You know, it's just a lot of fuck shit going on. You feel me? And I feel like if you don't want to deal with a child and you don't want that responsibility, don't have kids.
Right.
Because you got to know when you have a kid, it's not about you no more. It's about the kid. That's shit is over. When it get to that point in your life, when that baby is born, when he get his first breath or her first breath, your life is fucking over. You might well just stop thinking about yourself, bro. Just let it go, bro. Mm-hmm. You're gonna live your life still, but it's not all about you and your life, bro. You have to make the sacrifice for your kids. I would go broke for my kids, bro, and it's no bullshit. If I had to sell my car and we was ready to go homeless, bro, I would sell my car and pay them bills, bro. It just what it got to be. You got to do as a man and a woman. You got to make them sacrifices and understand the sacrifices you're making. You can't complain. You can't bitch and whine and complain all day. Like, I don't want to do this. It ain't about what you don't want to do. It's what you have to do.
Right.
That kid ain't actually be here. So a lot of people got to stop making excuses, bro, and acting like this shit. You know like, acting like this shit. Like, you know what it was when you was in bed? You was fucking and you was doing what you was doing. So you got to step up and be that man and you got to step up and be that woman. It's that simple. It's not fucking hard. Co-parenting is not hard if you just do what you got to do.
Especially if I got to do it. It's got to get done.
Just get it done. You don't even have to talk to the person. Just get it done for the kid, bro. That's what it's about when it boils down to it. So a lot of people don't understand that shit, and they still don't understand it, and that's what frustrates me in this society of the world. They just don't. They're not getting it, and I don't know what it's gonna take for. And I ain't gonna say it's blacks, it's all colors, but it's most of the us. Right. But it's all colors though. But it's most of the us because we downgrade each other on the internet and we do all this goofy ass shit, and it's not good. And then look how the world's already looking at black women, black men, how they already pinpointing us in this world. So they already pinpoint us as animals as it is. So y'all just showing them that they're right.
Whenever nigga,
you know what I mean? Like so that, you know, it's sad, bro. It's sad, bro. It's a fucked up situation, bro. Shit got to get better, bro. You know, you gotta, you know, because eventually, you know, when it all boils down to it, you only hurting the child, bro. In the end, bro, you're not hurting yourself.
Right. And
the child got to deal with this shit the rest of their life. And now you're gonna curse the child because you and your feelings. That's how people do, and that's what selfishness come in there. You know.
Damn right.
It's crazy, bro.
Damn right, brother. And goddamn, I just really want to know, like, what are some things that you wish you could have done differently? You know what I mean? What are some things that you think that you should have done differently that can better your path now, or you feel like goddamn this is your path you was on? You know what I mean? It's really nothing that you could have done differently.
I feel like both. What I could have done differently is listen. That's what I could have done differently. I could have listened. That's what I had a problem with, listening.
Right.
But do I accept it? I accept it now for what it is. I've been accepted. When I first found out I was having a child, I already accepted it. So It was like, it is what it is. I ain't no second guessing. There ain't no damn, why did this happen? No, it happened for a reason.
Correct.
Because don't nothing in your life not happen for a reason, right? It happened to wake you the fuck up. That was a wake-up call. My first child was a wake-up call. And now look where I'm at now. I'm blessed. Look where this is all, everything is in God's plan for a reason, bro. You just gotta follow the lead, follow suit. That's what I'm doing now. Even though I still scratch, I still deal with shit.
Right.
You know, but
human,
but at the same time, I'm still learning and becoming the man that I want to be every day. I wake up. So yeah, I don't regret that shit, bro.
Correct.
You know what I mean? I don't. Now I don't regret it because it's like maybe it was meant to happen.
Most
Taught me a lesson. You know what I mean?
It's always a lesson.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Ain't no loss, it's a lesson.
It's a
You
lesson.
Dig what I'm saying? It's
A
not
loss can be worse than a lesson. You know what I mean? So it was a lesson, bro. It's a wake-up call, bro. We all get them, bro. We all get them.
What are some things you look forward to be doing in the future?
In the future?
Yeah.
Going forward. Just mostly trying to become, like I said, become my own business owner. You know, really try to understand this life. Really, I want to give to people, bro. I want to be a giver, bro. That's what I am. I want to motivate people. I want to be a mentor to people and kids, the youth. Like that shit motivate me. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
and that's what we all gotta get into, man. That's what all men need to get into. The kids is the future.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
bro.
that's what we all have to get into.
And people don't understand how important man is, bro. Like, I don't know. I understand the woman, was the first created, but men are just as important as them, bro. Like, we are leaders, bro. I keep telling people this, and I keep trying to understand, get them to understand. You are the leader, bro, of your house. The woman hold the house down, but you are the leader when you leave out that door. You are the leader, bro. Because guess who's gonna look at you when shit get hard? The woman. When if something about to happen, violent, or something's ready to happen, or something's going on and something ain't right, and they feel scared for their life, they looking at you as the man, bro. And you got to step up and be the man, bro. That's what we is just important as a woman is. We is just important as they is. So you got to get that shit out your head and just, suck it up, chest out, chin up, and do what you got to do, bro. Be a man.
Understand that you matter. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you don't need nobody to tell you that you matter.
You matter.
Understand that you matter and keep going with life.
Exactly. You know you matter. We just important just as them, bro. Because without the man, how do you think these kids going to be?
Correct.
A lot of people, a lot of these kids act like this because they didn't have their father.
Young girl, you know what
exactly.
I mean? You need your dad.
They need their father, bro. A lot of fathers, and I heard this on TikTok one of these times, man. The dad was like, man, shout out to all the good daddies, bro. I know y'all don't get love. Y'all don't get a lot of support. Y'all don't get a lot of, praise, but y'all are great. Y'all great. And that shit almost tear me up. You know what I mean? Because it's coming from a man that understand what a good man is, bro, and what a good father is, a man. You know what I mean? It ain't about being a real nigga or none of that shit. A man, and it don't get you nowhere. A man stand on every business, bro. He stand on his business. He do what he got to do, bro. That's what a man is. And people got to understand the difference between a boy and a man.
Most definitely.
You know what I mean? A man gonna get it done. A boy gotta wait.
No excuses.
Excuses. We don't have time excuses. Man gotta get it done, bro. So
no excuses, brother. But yeah, man, goddamn, we're gonna go and end it on that one, man. I want to definitely thank you, you know what I mean, for your time and thank you for your conversation. This my brother right here, man. He gonna definitely be back once a week. We're gonna have him fitting in his schedule once a week. We gotta check his schedule and see which day it's gonna be, but we definitely will be tuning back.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate you for your time. Appreciate you, man.
I already know, bro. Hey, look, man. Hey, like, subscribe to CP3 Productions, man. Follow me, man. Sir. TikTok, all that, man. Shout out to my bro, man. We out, man.
Appreciate you, baby.
That joint is hard.
Yes, sir.